Hey everybody, it's Josh, the Firearm Convention, 350 Legend Groups. So, one, pardon my reloading room. It's a work in progress. I haven't got drywall up. I still don't have, as you can see behind me, I still don't have the drywall. I still don't have you know shelving, anything like that. But it's coming along. I haven't had a reloading room in 3-4 years now. So I couldn't wait to get my stuff mounted. But anyway, on to the meat and potatoes. Today we are going to be loading some 350 Legend. And for you guys that have been following along on the channel, I really appreciate that. And basically, we did some velocity testing where we got our brass. Okay, this is all 1X Winchester 350 Legend brass. Okay, and if you remember in that video, and I'll put a link in the description if you want to watch that. Some great results in there, some really good data. You'll be interested. But anyway, so what we have here, as you can see right there, is a 350 Legend that I've already got the overall length on and taken care of. So my fired cases are here. Got another batch there. Got some more back there. But anyway, we're going to be doing some load data, and we're going to be doing some load development. We're going to be working with a rifle that Aaron put together for me. It was my Remington 700 that was originally a 300 blackout. It was one of the AAC SDs, and it had that Hogue overmolded stock, and it still does. I mean, the stock's kind of but it'll get us where we need to go. The 300 was a really good shooting gun. So with the quality of the barrel that we have, I have a feeling that it's going to be a rather nice rifle, as far as accuracy, and an excellent platform to test what the 350 can actually do. Now, this 350 is slightly different from your standard run-of-the-mill 350 Legends. When we put this one together, it's basically a 358 Legend. This is what Winchester should have brought out to start with, is a 358 version. But they decided on that 355 thing. Well, just to throw it out there, guys, the 350 Legend is, nominally, a 355 diameter bullet and a 355 diameter, gun, So, but I've seen some really great people working together, like the Iowa DNR, Ohio DNR. Basically anything, any state in the Midwest has pretty much given this cartridge the nod. So, I mean, I have to give a hand, and you're not going to hear me say this a lot because most of the time our government is horrible, and they don't represent the people at all. But you're going to hear me say it today. There are still some good people in the DNR offices across the country. There are still some guys that don't want to punish you, the shooter, for what really is, in my opinion, kind of a cock-up by Winchester. And I'm not going to get into all that today, but I am going to tell you that we have a gun here that's basically the 223 Wild of the 350 Legends. Okay, now as you know, the 223 Wild is that bridge between the 223 and the 5.56 NATO, offers the accuracy of the 223 while being able to use the bullets that are designed for a 5.56 NATO. And that's exactly what this 358 Legend is. It's an experimental chamber. We're going to be moving forward with it. Aaron and myself kind of talked it out. He got a reamer for it, and basically what we have is a rifle that's capable of accepting bullets, in the magazine up to 2.45 inches long. Okay, now this is going to be for you guys that are maybe having one of the 357 Henry single shots rebarreled, or not rebarreled. You can just have it rechambered and have a 223 extractor put on it. That'd be an easy way to go for a 350 Legend. But anything that's not overall length restricted, your TC contenders and encores, this is, I'm going to be touching on the loads that we can use for those. So, but I'm also not going to leave out the guys that are restricted to 2.26, right? We still have ARs. I have two AR-15s that are going to be chambered in a 350. We're going to be doing some development with those. So, anyway, with this, the bore diameter is 357, twist rate's 1 in 16. That's going to stabilize anything that's sane in the 350 Legend. But because the throat on this one is cut for a 358 diameter bullet, I'll be able to test some bullets for you guys that you won't be able to test in standard AR-15s. Now, Aaron is going to be doing barrels for bolt action rifles, and his work is absolutely superb. This is the first rifle on YouTube, I'm going to say, in 358 Legend. But it's also going to be the first rifle on YouTube that's actually built like a precision rifle. The work that Aaron put into this barrel at Mostech, Aaron has done an absolutely fantastic job. I would recommend him to anybody, even if you're not doing 358 stuff or 350 Legend stuff. He can do barrels in anything for anybody. I'll put a link to his website in the description below. But anyway, back to this. I've plugged Aaron now, and when you see his work in the videos later on, you'll understand why. He just absolutely blew my mind, and it's awesome. So, once again, this cartridge is the overall length that we're going to run. This is 2.3 inches. This is a 180 grain Fury bullet in 358 diameter. So we're going to run we're going to run 4 loads here. Okay, I got them in the tray. We're going to run 4 loads, starting at 25 grains. Now, I'm sorry, not 25 grains. We're going to start at 24 grains. Now, I'm going to tell everybody here that's watching the video, these loads are for this rifle over here. They're for my rifle. Don't just go picking one of my loads out and deciding you want to run with it in an AR-15. I'm running a longer overall length. I'm going to be running a little bit higher pressure than the standard pressure spec on the 350 Legend. The 350 Legend runs a pressure spec of about 52,000 to 55,000 pounds. That is totally unnecessary. This cartridge uses the same pieces of brass stock to punch out the 350 Legends, extrude the 350 Legends as they do 5.56s. This brass case head diameter, everything. No reason we can't run 62,000 pounds like a 5.56 NATO. So please stay with your published load data when you work up. I'm going to be doing standard load data. I'm going to be doing standard 2.6 overall length load data. I just wanted to start out and just play around a little bit, just see what the gun's capable of in these first couple videos. So once again, stay tuned, and I'll shut up and get to reloading. This first row here is going to be 24 grains of H110 with a 180 grain Fury sitting on top of, with a CCI 200 primer, Winchester 1X brass. Now, I expanded this brass using a 357 Magnum expander die, because every straight wall case needs to be expanded. I'm seating bullets right here with a 358 Winchester seating die. It's working fine. But because these bullets are kind of pointed, we needed to have that ability to not damage the tips. And we're going to see what these Fury bullets can do. Let me go grab them here. There they are. Fury Bullet Company, 180 grain, 358. Now, guys, I will say these bullets aren't the cheapest bullets you're going to buy, okay? They're not the cheapest bullets you're ever going to buy. So, I have to turn on my Charge Master here. They're not the cheapest you're going to buy, but guys, they're bullets designed to hunt with, okay? They're not designed to go plink down the range. So, these are meant to load up 50, 60 rounds. Check your rifle 0, and then 24 grains even. And then, hunt deer. That's what these bullets were designed for. And we're going to test not only the accuracy of these bullets. I gotta watch where I put that funnel, or you won't be able to see anything, will you? We're not going to test just the accuracy of these bullets. We're going to test it on game coming this year. So, there's one of our new 358 Legends. Seated right there. We'll put him back over here. Trying to figure out the best angle here, guys. Sorry. So, like I said, this first batch, we're running 24 grains of powder. I'm using an RCBS Charge Master. I love it. You know, please, if you've ever been on the fence with one of these guys, go ahead and get one. They're absolutely beautiful. You won't regret it. Ever. Just a standard MTM funnel. And like I said, Fury bullets. There's so many different powders to test here as well. You're going to see loads not only designed for AR-15s, but you're going to see loads designed for my bolt gun in the plinking category. So we've got bullets that I've got like 358 diameter and 357 diameter. Man, that thing is quick. I have 358 and 357 diameter, like 357 Magnum bullets. And we're going to use those as well to, well, that's 29 grains. That's a little over. We're going to use those to simulate, you know, 38 specials, 9 millimeters, and 357 Magnums, you know, because that's my appeal as well to a bolt action 350 is, and I'm going to go up, now that we have the 24 grain charge, I'm going to use this row here. We're going to go to 24.2. There's 24.2. And we're going to dump out a couple extra bullets here. Like I said, with the, I'm going to redo this one. That's throwing 24.4. We're going to be shooting plinking bullets. I'm going to load up, you know, like 9mm 115s and 124 FMJs, truncated cones. You know, even if I can get away with it, I'm going to try some of the 380, 90 grain stuff. Yeah, because that would make an absolutely devastating little groundhog load with very minimal report. You know, so that would be absolutely awesome. And we're going to get velocity testing on all of this. We're going to test velocity and go around and see what we got going on, because I mean, this is an all new cartridge for me as well. I've not loaded anything like this before. I've loaded 357 Magnums, but I've not loaded anything, you know, like this for, you know, a bolt gun or what have you. Now, the fact that this cartridge is going to be accurate in a bolt action rifle, you know, that's been a draw for me. I've always been really impressed with the Ruger M77 357. Like, I've always thought, man, that's an excellent cartridge, you know, an excellent platform. And every one of those I've ever seen, just absolutely dismal when it comes to accuracy. I mean, you're talking accuracy in the neighborhood of you know, 3 and 4 inches at 100 yards, and that's when you've got the load dialed in. You know, I mean, it's just absolutely crazy. So with this, we should be able to get sub-minute all the way out to you know, 300 yards would be my guess. Now, like, why would you want to run while that's messing around, I loaded up this next row. Like, why would you want to run, for instance, this longer 350 Legend? Why would you want to do, longer 350 Legends? Why would you want to do anything like that, you know? Well, the reason is, if the 350 Legend is a 250 yard rifle, before you go and, lengthen it, with the overall length and up the pressure, is there any way that we can stretch this into a 300, 325 yard cartridge and still be able to, have that terminal performance that we need to get the job done? And that's stuff that we just got to test. There's literally no way to test it other than to do it. And I mean, like the 450 Bushmaster, when you put in a bolt action, there's a lot more on the table. You can do so much more with a 450 and a bolt action rifle, because the pressures are kept artificially low in the AR-15 so that the AR-15 can, keep the thing contained. It's a large round that was never designed for such a large round. So when they designed a 450, they had to keep pressures low and, use that case volume to get the performance. But when you put in a bolt action, you can up the 450 as well as the 350 to stellar numbers, just absolutely excellent numbers. So anyway, this next row back here, we're going to be doing 24.4. Let's see, 24.4 dispense. Get a couple more Furies out of here. There's the 5 I need for this row. And then we're going to end the back row at 24.8. Now, I've already loaded up some 158 grain 357 bullets. I'm sorry, I already had 24.4. I need 24.6. Yeah. 24.6 dispense. There we go. So I already loaded up some 358 or 357 Magnum bullets, 158 grain stuff, with 8 grains of bullseye. 8 grains of bullseye should net me somewhere around, with a 17-inch barrel, should net me somewhere in the neighborhood of, I want to say 1,300 feet per second, which is absolutely sufficient if you're going to be hunting at woods ranges. You can say, well, we're going to run the 350 Legend no more than 50 yards. You could very easily, hunt deer with the, 6 grain load. No recoil at all in this rifle. Because this gun is, was built and designed for, more than that. And, I'm going to try some Trail Boss loads with the, and that's probably going to be, Trail Boss probably going to be with the 380 stuff. But I know we haven't made videos in a while, but we've just been kind of in limbo, waiting for rifles, waiting for dies. Like we're in limbo mode, trying to find all of our parts and stuff and things. And, I still haven't found the die set that I'm interested in. Speaking of which, RCBS is coming out with a die set. It's not at Midway USA yet. It will be. But right now there's only a Lee die set available, and they kind of pulled a CAC, and they pulled a CAC and brought their stuff out really, really quick. That's a 24.9. Don't want that one. They brought out their dies really, really fast, and basically they're not the greatest. They're just not the greatest. RCBS has put a whole lot more time into their die sets, and I think it's going to be a far better product, period, altogether. I think they're going to be a better product. So I'm kind of waiting for that. But until then, you and I both can load 350 Legend. You and I both can load 350 Legend with probably dies you already have on the shelf. You can neck size these cases with, if you're going to load 357, 358 diameter bullets, neck size these cases with a 357 Magnum sizer die. If you're going to load 9mm, neck size them with a 9mm. And then last one, 24.8 dispense. Yeah, neck size them with a 9mm or 357 die. Give them a slight bell on the case mouth with a 357 expanding die. That's what I did with these. And then you will be able to load your own. Now, as far as seating these, like I mentioned earlier, I'm using a 358 Winchester die set. Most of you guys won't have that. So you can still use a 357 Magnum, seating set. That wouldn't hurt anything. But you will run into, with these pointy bullets, you may get a little deformation on the tip, because the 357 die sets are normally set up to run round nose. So just keep that in mind when you're loading your own ammunition until you get your 350 Legend dies. That one was an overcharge. We're going to do that again. So get these loaded up. I do have some standard ammunition on the way. I've got Hornady American Whitetail. I've got one box of Federal. I've got the Federal 180s. I've got a box of Winchester 180s and a box of Deer Season 150s from Winchester. So we have standard ammo plus the 145 grains Full Metal Jacket that we've already tested previously. So we're just going to use that to get some accuracy testing. We're going to do some accuracy testing with it. We're going to do a little bit of velocity testing. Just trying to see what generally shoots best. So we're going to have two AR-15s that are CMMG barrels. Are pretty much going to be twin guns. One of them is for, the upper I put together is for a friend of mine. The other one is mine. And they're basically going to be identical. Two BCM4 upper receivers and two BCM4 upper receivers, two CMMG 350 Legend barrels, Brownells gas blocks, CMMG gas tube, and CMMG gas tubes. Just standard low receivers. I think they're both going to be M4 receivers, but he's got his own and I've got mine. So anyway, we're going to test these guys out. You're going to see those two rifles. You're going to see the bolt action that's sitting over here, and potentially I might shoot it with the pistol. I made this little solo blaster. There's a guy named Elijah Dury, that did one of these with a 300 blackout. And I didn't intend to do that as far as, copy him. I just so happened from the testing I had a stub of a barrel left over, and I didn't want to throw it away. So I put it on the lathe, turned it down, cleaned it up, and made a little single shot bolt action. So I might go ahead and give those a shot as well, just to just to see what all this does in a short barrel and go from there. So anyway, we're going to have all that testing coming up. I'm going to get these ones, marked and put in a box. And then I've got, like I said, this was the Fury 180 grain 358s. I need to size a couple of these cases for 9mm. before I run the 358 or the 355 158s. Man, I'm telling you what, trying to keep all this straight is crazy. It's a lot of numbers, and they're all close together. But anyway, guys, I'll give you a view of the rifle here before we go. But thanks for watching. I appreciate everything you guys do. There it is, the Remington 700 from Moss Tech. You know, 17.5, 18-inch barrel with a flash hider on the end of it. That flash hider is just a standard flash hider. It's a 30 caliber flash hider. You can bore one out, you know, a 30 caliber flash hider to make it work for you know, the 35 caliber stuff. You know, and all it takes is a steady hand and a drill bit in your drill. That's it. You know, if you need to hold it, you know, put in a pair of pliers, set it on your workbench, and then just open it up. It's not really going to bother anything until I get an actual comp that I like or want. Then, you know, we'll see what happens. You know, I've seen the Epsilons, which is probably what's going to go in the CMMGs, but the problem with those are the 9mm. You know, it's the VG6 Gamma. I'm sorry, not Epsilon. Epsilon's 5.56, but the VG6 Gammas in 9mm only come in half 28, and this barrel is a 5/8 24, so that's not going to work. I've also thought about taking a ASR mount for silencer co. I have a 3-port brake that's 5/8 24, throwing it in the lathe and boring that out and then opening it up to 358. Well, it had to be 20 thousandths over that, but you know what I mean. That'd be, what, about 380. So, anyway, guys, I've taken up enough of your time. Thanks for watching. Stay tuned. If you like the video or you're interested in our results, please don't be afraid to like, subscribe, comment. We're just a little channel. We're doing it for fun. If we get the people that watch our channel, you know, we know we're doing stuff people want to see. So, anyway, guys, like I said, thanks for watching. You all have a great day, and I'll see you next time.